that their priority is the best possible education for their children. It does not mean that they are not struggling. It does not mean they are not making sacrifices. They have just chosen to make that education their priority number one. They must be commended, they must be supported, and to all of you parents here today who make that sacrifice every time, hats off, well done. This school has a huge complement of staff, as you saw. We only saw the teachers. I'm sure there are many more non-teaching staff. That investment is determined by those who are the owners here. As we look at owners of private schools, let us think very carefully and look at how much investment they make to ensure that these children do perform. Life is not just about profit making. Sometimes it is about a calling. It is about a desire to make a difference. And I want to commend once more, and I'll never stop being impressed by what you have achieved, the both of you. And to commend you and to ask you to keep up the good fight. I'm glad the Reverend mentioned that he knows that you do it from the bottom of your hearts. Keep up the work and remember, your malipo labda haitakuwa hapa chini, itakuwa mbinguni. Na itapatikana kutoka juu. You know, when I started doing my rounds of schools, I was told by many parents that they have never seen an MP calling parents meetings. And I explained to them why I do it. In politics, the easier thing is to keep pointing. Hii barabara ni mimi, hii ni mimi, hii ni mimi. Na unapigiwa makofi na unarudi 2012. Going to schools like today for these meetings does not get one vote. Hii ni bure. Lakini hakuna kazi ya bure. Ukienda uzungumze na wazazi, usaidie shule, wainue hali ya shule, watoto waanze kupita ambao wangeanguka. Wazazi wakienda nyumbani waombe kwa Mwenyezi Mungu, baraka nitapata directly from upstairs myself. Ni kweli? Na wakati huo ukifika, hata ukienda kwa ballot box ujaribu kumaki mtu mwingine, Roho Mtakatifu anakushika ndio. Kidole hata saa ingine ukifungua makaratasi ukute kumbe roho ashabaki. Na wengine wanafikiria ni rigging na ni baraka. That is why for me, even if I achieve nothing else, tukiweza watoto hawa wote waende mashule wasome, they become useful members of society, that is bigger than any number of hospitals. And I'll tell you why. Because today I transverse the whole of Juja, and it is a very large constituency, and I'm in the wrong forum, otherwise I would get very carried away by how unhappy I am still with the proposed constitution. But that is for another day. For now, allow me to say this. As I live here, and you walk Juja, when I took over Juja as an MP, and I challenge anyone here to contradict what I'm saying, it had only, being the largest constituency in the whole of Mount Kenya region, it only had 4 hospitals. Hapa Githurai tulipo hakuna hata moja public. Ni kweli. Uende all the way to Goliba zilikuwa 4. The reason I am saying these kids must pass is for this reason. As I try to use CDF at Nijengema Hospitali, imagine if Kamenjo or any of his colleagues goes on to become the director of medical services. Would it be easier? Imagine if one of them becomes the PS for roads, our roads will be done. Imagine if one of them becomes the next whatever. With these kids passing, if Juja had many of them in those high places, my work would be that much easier. Juja would be that easier to handle. Well, the good news is I'm struggling on my own, and by the end of this year we shall have 14 dispensaries in Juja, or hospital, 14. And the one here in Tegurai, pale Langata, tutafungua mwaka huu. Hiyo tutafanya. Na tutakuwa na moja hapa, hatuna moja na Tongara tutafungua, hatuna Murera tutafungua, 2 Murera tutafungua, hata Ngoigwa tutafungua Komo, and I can count them all, and we shall have 14 by the end of this year. Because that is my role. So there are many challenges for you who are sitting there now looking at me. There are very many challenges, but don't let me discourage you. They are not for tomorrow morning. For now you can relax and enjoy a few days. Then you go and start working very hard again in school. hopefully we will all then make it to the next level. The lowest mark in this school, believe it or not, was 311. It is serious performance. That is higher than the highest in many schools I know. Very many. And unfortunately, hata sisi tumezoea to celebrate mediocrity. We are celebrating mediocrity. I have refused as the MP for Juja. Na nisialikwe mkutano wa kupatia zawadi ya shahada watoto waliofanya vizuri sana ati yuko na 264. Mimi niwe nadhani. At that level, itahuyo kitaka. Because we must learn to celebrate performance. Na ndio maana tuko na mkutano Thika. Hatuna pesa ya kupatia watoto, hatuna vitu mingi, lakini ni lazima tukutane Thika next week with every child in Juja ambaye alizidi alama 400 ili tuwapigie makofi, ili we celebrate and challenge others to do the same. And so that they know society appreciates them. So those who shall be invited, we shall be in Thika. We have had the highest number in our history. When we meet in Thika, we shall have from Juja 180 kids who are 400 and above. Na niwaambia wazazi, all those children are of interest to me now and in the future. Na kwa hivyo wale ambao, and it is important we leave these chances to those who may not afford it. But if you genuinely are struggling for school fees, please apply for bursary. None of them will fail to go to school for lack of money, not one. Hatutakubali. It is an easier problem for me if all the kids in Juja had 400 and above, na tunafanya harambee ya kufundraise waende shule. That is a better problem than ile ingine iko ambao I was visiting one of the schools when a lady who was my classmate in primary school in Thika accosted me and says, "Mheshimiwa, kale katoto nikwambia kana kuna nikahifikiri." Na kwa ni wangu. Oh, good. Aina kid. Do that too. Sasa mtafutie shule. Sasa mtafutie shule. Surely, it is not, it is not a priority when I have kids with 400 who don't even have schools yet. And we have to admit that. You cannot be all things to all men. You cannot try to be, it's not possible. So I would like to encourage, watoto na wazazi wachukue jukumu ya kuambia watoto there is no chance for failure in our house. These kids, unless they have a problem when they were born, all kids you are given by God, you are given at 500 marks. Hiyo ingine ni nyinyi mnatoa. Na mnatoa kwa njia mingi sana. Na sitaongea sana na wazazi kwa sababu tuko na watoto wengine, but let me say this. Wakati unakuta mama na umeingia and people are peaceful, unachapa kofi unatoa marks 50. But I forgot, this is central where the men are beaten. Sasa ile mama unakuta mzee unamchapa kofi, unatoa marks 50. Sasa ile badala ya kununua kitabu unaona acha nitandike nyama hapa kilo, unatoa marks 20. Lakini ulikuwa Mungu alikupatia akiwa na marks 500. That is what you got from God. And this 500 points God gave you was in any country. That kid can be born here Kikuyu, azaliwe India, atakuwa hiyo 500 ya India. Awe Amerika ni capable kuwa hiyo. Nimesikia kuna mwalimu hapa wa French, the only French teacher aliitwa Etoka. He may be the only one in Githurai. Nisikia ukisema is the only one here. Lakini akina Wakabi na Ainaina, they are threatened species. Unaona hii maneno ya Kiswahili, you are in trouble. But all in all, I am very excited, I'm very happy, I don't want to talk too much. Na niseme vile tuliambiwa, sasa hata wasee wa Githurai wamesoma. Wasee wa Githurai walisoma. And I'm very proud. It's a very proud moment for me. It's like I know I can talk all day. I'm going to be asked about this road, about that. Let's like go get here. Today let me enjoy it. Let me enjoy the benefits of being here and sharing with all these people. But nikimalizia niwakumbushe hivi. Kama mtoto amemaliza shule na uko na vitabu we like this business. I think because we are born in poverty as Africans, tunapenda kukaa. Kwa hivyo hata ile kitabu mzee unakaa tu nayo nyumbani. Hata ile nguo mzee